seemed to be a lot more coordinated, and I could even pull off some basic human movements. I found that strange but did not think too much about it. All my focus was on Lily, and just as I grabbed the diapers and got ready to change her, a startling thought suddenly flashed through Lily's mind, if being fed earlier had left her confused. Then seeing me change a diaper made her pretty much certain that I had somehow retained human consciousness. When she thought back to all the details of our interactions, she noticed that unlike other zombies, I could turn doorknobs, pry open doors with a crowbar, and mix formula to feed her. None of that was consistent with the instincts of a normal Tier 1 zombie. She became more and more convinced that I had held onto my human mind, believing only human willpower could suppress a zombie's bloodlust. But then the next second, Lily's eyes went wide because no matter how she looked at it, this zombie was clearly not a woman. She never imagined her lifelong dignity would be compromised over a diaper change, but she quickly let it go. After all, getting a second chance at life was already a blessing, and this zombie had literally saved her life. Something this small was not worth sweating, and as Lily watched me with my stiff, clumsy limbs, still fumbling through changing her diaper, she felt both touched and a little heartbroken. She imagined that I must have once had a happy family and a normal life before the apocalypse hit and turned me into this. And that loneliness of not belonging anywhere to any group struck something tender deep inside her. So she made up her mind to accept me as her zombie dad. After getting our new place sorted out, I thought about what we both needed to eat and decided to stock up on supplies, but heading out in the daytime would raise suspicion from survivors and could easily get both me and the little one exposed, so I chose to move at night. Before heading out, I shut the bedroom door and even pushed a cabinet in front of the stairwell to keep both zombies and people out because I had witnessed too many people do terrible things just to survive. I knew the apocalypse brought out the darkest side of humanity, so I played it extra safe. I tied the iron door downstairs shut tight and then started scavenging for supplies. The nearby residential buildings were not stocked with a ton of dry goods, but a little here and a little there still added up to a decent amount of food, and after filling up my hiking backpack, I headed back into the night carrying a big load of formula, but something suddenly felt off. And only then did I notice that the moon hanging in the sky had turned a deep blood red. Meanwhile, back in the apartment, Lily had woken up to find the place empty. She had already done her business comfortably in her diaper, and then she spotted the blood moon outside the window. Looks like the age of global evolution was about to kick off. I was surprised by the blood moon, but since I was living through a zombie apocalypse and had seen similar things in sci-fi movies, I accepted it pretty quickly. Honestly, it felt like exactly the kind of thing the apocalypse should look like, so I kept hauling supplies. I did not even skip the books and reading materials, but on my fourth trip back, I suddenly felt something wrong with my body. A burning heat was spreading through my normally ice-cold insides. It felt both foreign and strangely familiar, almost like being alive again. But right after that, my brain started itching like crazy, feeling like it was about to burst. I figured my human consciousness was about to disappear, and I was going to become a pure, mindless zombie. Panic hit me hard, but it was not just me. Other zombies around me were going through the same thing under the moonlight, while survivors bathed in the glow felt their bodies heating up too. Their blood pumping faster and even their bones growing denser and tougher. And back in the bedroom, Lily was also wrapped in the blood-red moonlight, her tiny body trembling slightly. Feverish all over, and after what felt like forever, I finally came to my senses, and while I did not notice any major changes in the environment around me, the moment I started moving, I could feel that I was way more agile than before. No longer as stiff as I had been as a zombie, and I was stunned to find the dark veins on my skin had faded, and hair had actually started growing back on my head. Even the zombies wandering the streets had changed. Their once grotesque and disgusting appearance had become at least slightly more human-looking, and I felt a little burst of quiet excitement. Looks like this world is a whole lot more complicated than I thought, and as I walked past one zombie, I got this weird sensation like there was an invisible thread connecting me to it. It freaked me out and I thought I was hallucinating, but then I realized I might have gained a special ability. I could push my thoughts through that thread into the zombie like pulling the strings of a puppet. When I focused, I found the connection grew stronger and stronger, and I successfully made the zombie carry out complex movements. I decided to call this ability Zombie Control. After testing it repeatedly, I discovered that at the moment I could only control 2 zombies at the same time, and if the distance was too far, I could not relay commands accurately. I figured it probably had something to do with my mental strength, and I named the zombies under my control puppet core. When I started feeling a bit worn out, I suddenly thought of Lily alone back at the apartment. So I had my 2 zombie puppets hoist up all the supplies I had gathered, and we rushed back to the complex. I had to say zombies really are born pack mules. No food, no water, no paycheck needed, and at that same time, after being bathed in the blood moon, Lily woke up from her deep sleep. As a flood of information poured into her mind, her eyes lit up with excitement. Unlike the gift she had awakened in her past life this time around, she had awakened the ability of telekinesis. The power to move objects using nothing but her mind, and what surprised her even more, was that she had also regained her past life ability of time manipulation. Both gifts had the potential to make her an absolute powerhouse. In her past life, she had risen to Empress with time manipulation alone, let alone having awakened. A dual set of gifts this time with both offense and defense covered, Lily tested out her abilities. But because her infant body was so frail after just a short while, her head throbbed and she felt completely drained.